Hey everybody, it's Mike at Growtopia, and we're running the multi-camera setup here so we can talk and I can view, because this gets a little intricate. So this is the solar-powered watering system as I'm trying to... Bingo. Okay? Now look at all the instructions. Fun. Okay, so what does it entail? So here is our solar power watering unit. Now if you guys can see over here, there's an in and there's an out, and you're looking at my nose. So look at the camera, don't look at my nose. The inlet is the outer that comes down into the bucket. Now when I first was looking at this, I was like, how is this going to work? Because I got to keep this submerged. Well, luckily the little filter itself comes with a little tiny marbles inside of it. Works great. And the pump is really awesome, because I was wondering from the height of the bucket to the top of there, going across, down and up, how's this even going to work? It works great. The pump on this system is freaking phenomenal. It's a cloudy, rainy day. This thing's been in here for a few days charging. Has an internal battery, which is great. Next thing down the line is you have this cabling here. Now this cable that goes down here has two little sensors in here, two metal prongs. And what this does is it actually detects if there's water inside the bucket, which is a cool, nice feature, so that the pump doesn't just constantly keep running. Now unfortunately you're supposed to have the probes at the same, just about like at the top of the filter, so that it doesn't burn the pump out. But because this is going to be something that we're constantly going to be keeping an eye on, it's never going to run down low, and it's a 1 gallon bucket. Anyway, the outlet line runs across, and I'm using these clamps just to pin it against the wall. As it gets over to the bed, there's a T. Now what I did is I drilled a hole in the brace so they can go down into the bed, and there's one unit down there. The other unit is in there. And then it runs across to the other side. Does the same thing with the other bed. And the last bed, I didn't have to put a T on it because it is the last bed, so the hose just runs down inside. Now here's the funny part of this, right? So every time I've ever looked at a sprinkling head unit, and in the photo we'll go back to that, but you see there's absolutely no pinhole. So I get this to focus on it. Come on. Oh, that's as good as we're gonna get. There's no pinhole in it. But what there is, there's a braided section, and it looks like it kind of drains out from the side. Comes down. I know we're too close with the camera, but it looks like it kind of drains down into here. The focusing isn't working with everything right now. So, is it going to work as good as it shows on the images? Who knows? Let's go back to the image here. So if we go back to here, it's showing that it comes down and it drips out the bottom. You can see like a little drip at the bottom. There we go. See the drip? Who knows? But it does pump good. Now it does make some noise, so this isn't a quiet system. Anything with a pump is going to make some noise. It's not set up for anything other than just trial running right now. So what we're going to do is the on button is here. You can see the button. We're going to turn it on. And there is a screen, which is great if you could see it better than the way I'm seeing it. I'm going to hit this button here, and now it's pumping. So now it's pumping water up, and it's running it through the whole system. You hear it? And see how it squirts out of here. So it looks like it literally comes right out the side at the top. Now this is the last end over here. Now from all the way over there to over here, I have to clean the lens, that's actually not bad. The amount of water that's pumping out of here. Now you could always put more of them in line to pump, but it's not bad. The furthest run is pumping water out of it. You know, we could pull one of these out that's sitting in here. Of course, the one in the furthest to the front is going to be pumping the most, but it'd be nice saturation of the bed. Of course, I wouldn't say it's the best way to water. I would say you'd probably want to put another couple more of them There is more in the pack, but I only did 2 per bed just because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't, you know, having too much issues. But looking at the last bed with the amount of water flow coming out, I can't complain. Anyway, guys, this is Mike over here at Growtopia. I just wanted to show you guys the watering system, how it's running so far. I'd say it's doing pretty good. I don't know how much water it's going to use for a certain session. I didn't fill that bucket up full all the way. And like I said, the way that these things look is they got like this little... Why are we focusing on the weirdest things? So I don't like using this section, because you see how it has that grooves? It literally looks like it goes right through there, the crack. And just floods around it. But anyway, guys, this is Mike over here at Growtopia. We got the water set up, it's pumping, and everything's all good and hunky-dory. Alright, guys, like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Get out there and grow something, try something this crazy. If you want to know the solar-powered watering system, drop a link in the description below. You could put the head unit outside. I would suggest putting it somewhere where it's not going to get fully wet. Luckily that it's indoors. I don't have to worry about the head unit getting messed up. And basically, since it's been pumping, you can see we've actually used a decent amount of water so far. So this is something that when it's watering, you're going to definitely want to keep an eye on it, especially for a 1-gallon bucket. It stopped because it was only on for just basically, it was for a 1 minute interval. Is what I had it set for. So that's it. Anyway, guys, later.